Welcome to Cruise Connector. I recently went on Princess's newest ship, Star Princess, and it was my first time with Princess Cruises. I really liked the medallions, that was a neat feature. However, I don't believe Princess will be my final cruise line of choice. While it was a nice ship, it left some to be desired. I really did like the dome on the Star Princess. I thought that was really cool. Other than the dome, I didn't really feel like it had anything unique. I did like with medallions where if you're traveling with somebody, you could essentially see where they're at on the ship by going to shipmates and then I believe it was view location. So that could be helpful if you're traveling with a family or a bunch of friends and you want to see where somebody is. The ship for the most part was pretty quiet throughout the journey. And at first I thought it was a princess thing, but I believe it was because of where we were sailing. I believe that there was noise restrictions in place, so maybe I'll try Princess one more time, maybe in the Caribbean where I usually go. But overall, it was a trip that I enjoyed going on. Got to see Alaska. Another bucket list cruise crossed off the list. Main dining every night. We did not make a reservation. We just stood in the standby line, which you could start lining up at 5:20 p.m. And usually we didn't wait any longer than 10 minutes to get a table. So if you're like me and you don't want to eat at a certain time every night, or maybe you checked the reservations a little too late, then just know that you can walk up into the main dining room, and that's the celestial dining room. Sometimes they send you down to deck 6 to go to Aurora, but you check in at deck 7 at the back of the ship at the celestial dining room. They had pizza for free on deck 17. And then across from the pizza, there were burgers, brats, and fries. The brats might be more like hot dogs. I didn't try one of those, but I did try the burgers, and they were pretty good. I actually didn't walk the whole ship until the last night when we were in Victoria, Canada. So this video is of me filming the ship on the last day. I did see some areas where I hadn't explored yet, but nothing where I felt like I missed out by not exploring the ship sooner. We stuck to all the free options for food on the ship. The Coffee Current restaurant on deck 6 had some really good pastries that were free. There was this hazelnut chocolate one. I highly recommend getting that if you go on the ship. Very good. Also, deck 9, that's where the other coffee shop was, the International Cafe. They had free pastries as well, in addition to the coffee drinks that you could buy. And then also on deck 9, there was the 2 buffets. So they kind of just one after the other. Walk through one, get to the Americana Diner, which is a buffet for breakfast and lunch as well. We did go to the buffet a few times for breakfast, and then we also went to the main dining room a couple times for breakfast. Lunch was usually pizza, and then dinner we ate at the main dining room quite a bit. The food was pretty good. Nothing too spectacular, but it was decent. It was better than MSC for the main dining. portion size way too much. We talked about it and suggested that maybe they need a portion size option when you go to order. We always ended up with a lot of food left over every night. You feel bad wasting the food, but you don't want to eat to the point where you make yourself sick either, so. Yep. Disembarkation was pretty easy. It only took maybe from the time we left our room to the time that we made it out of the port area was about 35 minutes. And we just walked off our luggage ourselves. We used Seattle Express for the transportation from the airport to the port, and then from the port to our hotel after the cruise. We were going to fly in the night before the cruise, but due to a flight delay, we missed it, so we had to fly in the next morning, the morning of the cruise, which is not ideal, but we got there at 8 in the morning, Seattle time, so plenty of time to get on the ship. And Seattle Express was kind enough to switch our reservation to take us from the airport to the ship instead of from the hotel to the ship. You just have to email them. The cost was a little pricey, but I think we paid about $180 for 2 people, both ways total, so $90 a piece. If you're looking for a hotel in Seattle, I would recommend the Fairfield Inn. They had a free shuttle to restaurants in the area, as well as to the light rail, which was really close. And for a restaurant, I recommend Sharp's Roast House. They have homemade sourdough pasta, really delicious. In the room, the balcony was a sliding door, so you could leave it open if you wanted to. Just make sure you don't open your room door with the balcony door open, creating that wind tunnel. I took some ducks on the ship to make everyone's days brighter. There were no instances where ducks sat longer than 10 minutes, so people on Princess do still like ducks. In case you're wondering, it's my first time bringing ducks on a cruise ship. I don't collect them myself, but wanted to spread some joy. As I've seen others mention, the buffet area was pretty cluttered. The walkway was pretty narrow, so you do really feel the number of people on the ship in the buffet. Other than that, I didn't really feel like anywhere was super crowded. They had a lot of events going on throughout the day at the Piazza, which is on deck 6 and 7 and 8. It's kind of got that overlook on 7 and 8 at the Piazza. We had requested robes to the room before the cruise, as well as distilled water. Neither one was in our room when we got there, so we had asked the room attendant for the distilled water. We just forwent the robes. Also, I wanted to buy Stanley the teddy bear, and I did not order it before the cruise. I expected them to have them in the gift shop, but they did not. So if you want Stanley the bear, I would recommend ordering it ahead of time and having it delivered to your stateroom. So I guess I will have to go on another Princess cruise just to get the bear at some point. Although I probably could find him on eBay. But, yeah. What else? The casino. I like Carnival's casino better. I feel like for the money I went through on Princess, I wasn't able to rack up as many points as what I usually do on Carnival. I did earn enough where I got a free interior room with $400 in free slot play, but Carnival has been sending me free balcony rooms with drinks everywhere on board, free slot play, elite perks. So to me, I'd rather just book with Carnival and get everything included. I still have yet to try Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, Virgin Voyages, Celebrity, and Holland America. So there are quite a few cruise lines I still need to try out. Carnival just kept reeling me back in. And since I only take about 2 or 3 cruises a year, I wanted to take advantage of those offers, so maybe one day I won't have to have a job and then I can travel more and create more content for this channel. I actually switched gears after I got laid off from my job last year and created personalized coloring books for children on Amazon. And I'm up to about 700 names now after just a year. If you're interested in checking those out, just search l.k.bunting, B-U-N-T-I-N-G, on Amazon, and that should pull up my coloring books. You can also go to www.lkbunting.com. I have my own website as well, and you can buy the books through there, or there's links to every book to Amazon. I also added stickers that I make and ship out myself, and then customized wrapping paper as well that match the books and the stickers. So if you want to check that out, I know Christmas is coming soon, and might be a good gift to get somebody. I'll add the information at the end of this video. I know I added music to this video, but I'm just reflecting on my journey, and so far we're about 13 minutes in and probably no music yet for you, so. But I'm trying to give some helpful information if you're trying to decide if you want to go on the Star Princess or not, especially for an Alaskan cruise. I know Deck 9 was strange. You had to walk through this long hallway to get to the buffets, so be prepared for that if you're at the front of the ship. For the smoking areas, I found that there were 2. One on Deck 18 at the front of the ship. If you take the elevators up, just go to the right when you get off the elevator, and it's right there. And then the other one was Deck 8, just below the Americana Diner. So you could either take the steps back to it, or they had an elevator as well that took you down to Deck 8. And Deck 8 had a better view. It's kind of like the view right out of the back of the ship. So if you're closer to the back of the ship, use Deck 8. If you're towards the front of the ship, use Deck 18. It'll save you a lot of time. They had quite a few pools and hot tubs around. We didn't use any of them, but if you're interested in that, they do have quite a few to use. Now, we had a lot of kids on our sailing, and they seem to be in the hot tubs quite a bit. On our sailing, we had to do the full muster drill. So we went to our spot, and we sat there until everyone was accounted for, and then they showed us how to use the life vest, and then that was it. So maybe 10 minutes total. Wasn't too bad. I think the longest part was sitting there waiting for everyone to show up. Our medallions didn't get shipped to our house. We had to pick them up at the port. But the signs are very easy, so we had to go in the blue lane to get our medallion. And it came with a free lanyard. I had ordered wrist holders that held the medallion off Amazon before our cruise and brought them, but we never ended up using them, so lanyards are free. We didn't take advantage of the food delivery. It's another perk of the medallions. They can see where you are to deliver food to you. I thought the restaurants were kind of weird, the specialty ones. They just kind of were random locations that didn't really seem like a restaurant when you walked past it, but it was one. So, and then in this walkthrough of the cruise ship, I walked all the way to the back of one of the floors to find, I believe it was Love by Burrito, but it was shut, like you couldn't see into it, so that was a weird location for that, for sure. The casino didn't offer me anything while I was on the cruise. Like with Carnival, I usually get at least $100 to the candy shop or a free meal. I did earn free drinks in the casino at 1,500 points. And I don't drink, so I just got some free bottles of water. But you had to go to the casino bar to get those. As a first-time Princess cruiser, I did earn $25 in free slot play. I believe you have to get to 250 slot points to earn that. It showed up on a couple days after the cruise started, so you don't get it right away. I think it shows up the day after qualifying period ends. And make sure when you're playing the slot machines to hit cash out, even if you have $0 left, that will sign you out of the machine. You just tap your medallion on the machine, and your login is your month that you're born and the year that you're born, 2 digits for each. The beds were comfy in the room. The bathroom was nice. The shower did not have a cloth shower curtain, it was glass. Oh, couple things that really was irritating. So this soap dispenser on this hand wash station, it has soap. There's a sensor right there. Took us a while to figure that out. So you gotta kind of put your hand by that sensor, get the soap out, and then the water comes out when you put your hands under the faucet. And the other item was the ice dispenser, water dispenser. There were options to choose what you wanted. So you have to make sure to choose the one with water and ice if you want ice in your water. Or just the ice and then choose the water after to get the water in there. Of course, they have free soft serve. Every cruise I've been on has had that. Couple spots. There are a couple of machines at the buffet on deck 9 by the drinks. And then also on deck 17, across from where the pizza was, there was a soft serve machine at the coffee and cones. We didn't try the gelato at all. It seemed pretty expensive, so we just partaked in the free soft serve. They had blankets at night. That was nice, because Alaska does get pretty cold. And they had free popcorn out for the movies Under the Stars. Yeah, this thing was pretty cool the first time I saw it. It's actual water going down and it lights up. Friendly wave from the bartender. Yeah, the dome. This is the dome. I said maybe they should have an underwater dome. That'd be pretty cool to see all the fish and everything underneath the ship. But this area had a lot of comfortable chairs to lay down on. Wasn't able to get to the back of the ship here, but it's just another hot tub back there and a little pool, some chairs. I would say the dome makes the ship special. Other than that, it wasn't anything grand that I thought, you know. Like, I've been on Carnival ships and they seem to be themed. Every ship's different, and I like themed things. I have some hand sanitizer stations by the elevator areas. And they have these big screens where you can tap your medallion on them and check your account. See what's on all the decks. The elevators kind of worked alright. Reminded me of my sailing on MSC. You touch the floor and it tells you what elevator to go into. There's no going in to go up to go down, so yeah. But for the most part, we weren't waiting too long for an elevator. And the stairwells seem pretty tall compared to other ships I've been on. Lots of stairs. The stateroom door does open as you walk up to it if it's your room. So that part was nice, not having to fumble for a card to get into the room. But this is the walk to the International Cafe and the buffets on Deck 9. They do have some blind spot mirrors put up in the corner, which is very helpful. So it's kind of hard to see if somebody's coming, and sometimes they have food or coffee in their hand. You don't really want to run into them. I can say I was really happy I didn't stay on Deck 9 at the front of the ship, because there would have been so many people walking by my door every day. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for your room. What else is on that floor with you? There's a blind spot mirror up there. This is Deck 9. Kind of by the piazza area in the middle of the ship. Lots of people. This was around 10 o'clock at night, so people were starting to get hungry for their second dinner. So coming up here is the International Buffet with the free pastries. I believe they have free sandwiches as well. Free subs. And then you have Alfredo's Pizza, which is just tucked away here. We didn't eat that. I think it would have been $15 per person, so just try to keep the expenses minimal. So my money goes to the casino. Paying for my next cruise is what I always say. Here's the photo studio. They also have this really cool eagle flying thing. I think it was on. Might not have been on that deck, I don't know. Where you stood on a mat and spread your arms out, fly through the air like an eagle. It's got a screen that mimics what you're doing with your arms. I did try an almond croissant from International Cafe, and that was pretty good. I had some tiramisu and raspberry cream cake, maybe. Different pastries. The nut one with the nuts was very hard to bite into, but it tasted good. Just be careful if your teeth are weak. You might lose a tooth. They had different cookies. I tried a peanut butter one. That was pretty good. And then after you pass by the International Cafe, you go right into the eatery, which is the first buffet. They have donuts. I didn't really check out their food in the afternoon or evening, so. But for breakfast, they had pretty much anything you could want for breakfast. So this was in the evening, so it looks like they had some sandwiches out. Their chicken nuggets were actually pretty good. I did try a couple of those. They had a good breading around them. They actually tasted like chicken, not processed chicken. Of course, they had salads and mashed potatoes, turkey or chicken, some kind of meat that they carved up for you. Yeah, this is where I was talking about where it feels crammed with people. Just not enough room for the walkway. But they did have the buffet on both sides. They do have silverware at the tables. I did think that was nice, where you didn't have to grab silverware at the buffet. They also had coffee at the buffet drink area. They had milk or cream, so you could get either one. And they have Lavazza coffee, which I was pretty impressed. I like Lavazza. So, but yeah, it just tastes like coffee to me. I end up adding more milk or cream and sugar to it to make it not taste like coffee, so. Like Lavazza, Princess has Lavazza. You can tell this side of the buffet, the other side isn't as busy. So one side's really crammed, maybe check the other side, might not be so bad. I think a lot of this food is what they had left over from lunch. It's oftentimes hard to find a table to sit at for breakfast. They do have seating outside, but on an Alaskan cruise, a lot of times it's cold or raining or windy, so sitting outside is not always the best option. They do have a soda machine off to the right there. You can scan your medallion. I think it's 17 cents per ounce if you don't have a package. They also have apple juice and orange juice in the morning for breakfast. Right now we're going back to the Americana Diner. I did think these coffee cups were kind of neat with the coffee spilling out. Another unique feature on the ship. That and the dome, I'd say, were the only two items that stood out to me as being special. You can see the Americana Diner is closed in the evening. I believe you can order food from a menu in there for dinner. We did not, but it can be an option. If you want to go to the smoking area on deck 8, this is how you get there. There's the elevator, it takes you down, or you can take the steps. I was happy to have a balcony room on this sailing, just because of how tall the glass was around the exterior of the ship. Made it really hard to get a good video of any white whales that were out in the ocean. Or like pictures when you're at the port. So if you're wondering whether or not you should get a balcony, I would recommend it on this ship. So this is an infinity pool at the back too, as I believe. Really neat. Couple hot tubs, bar, and behind that bar is where the sanctuary restaurant is. We did not have a sanctuary room, so we did not check that out. So with that, I'm going to leave you with watching the rest of this video with music. I don't believe there's anything else I want to add. So thanks for tuning in, and hope you have a great time on your cruise, whether you're going on the Star Princess or another cruise ship. I'm sure you'll have a great time. So that's the end of the ship tour. So, as I mentioned earlier, I started creating personalized coloring books, and here's some of the information on it. You can save 25% off your first order with that code. The QR code takes you right to the website. And then I also created a memoir about my journey after being laid off and how I came up with the idea to create the personalized coloring books, and also things that happened before being laid off that made me believe everything happens for a reason. So thank you again for watching. The next cruise will be November 2026, and I will be going to Hawaii on the Carnival Radiance. So stay tuned for that video. And then the next cruise after that will be July 2027 on the Norwegian Prima, another bucket list cruise to Iceland, Norway, and Belgium and London. Alright, well, if you haven't subscribed yet, think about subscribing so you don't miss a video. And hopefully one day I'll post many more. Happy cruising!